Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The UK's first food waste supermarket has opened in Pudsey near Leeds. Food waste campaigners from the Real Junk Food Project are behind the store where customers can shop for food already thrown out by supermarkets and other businesses. The food is priced on a pay-as-you-feel basis and aimed at families struggling to make ends meet. Well, Adam Smith is one of the co-founders and joins us from Pudsey in West Yorkshire. Good evening to you. First of all, tell us about the concept. How exactly does it work?
Basically, we intercept food that's going to waste. So if it's surplus, accidental damage, or if it's expired, and then we make our own judgment on whether we think it's fit for human consumption. And people can get access to it. They can get access to meals, or they can come here and get food, and they can pay whatever they want, and they can literally pay with money, time, or skills.
So where did the original idea come from? Why did you think that there was a need for this type of particular service?
Well, I've been a chef around the world, and I was a head chef in Australia around 2013, and I had to go work on farms in order to extend my visa. And when I worked on the farms, I then realised that there was a lot of production waste, and then I came back to the UK and I'd seen that there was a lot of industry waste, and I decided that I was going to, it's a basic human right to have access to food, so I decided that I was going to allow people to have their basic human rights and give everybody access to this food.
And this food otherwise would end up presumably in landfill. It would just be thrown away, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're quite specific in terms of our concept. We don't take donations of food, we intercept food that's destined for waste. And we've done around 1,000 tonnes in 2016 of food that would have gone to landfill, and instead we've managed to direct it into bellies and not bins.
And you said some of the food, it would have passed its expiry date. Is it therefore safe to eat? Because some people might be concerned if it's past its expiry date, then it shouldn't be sold and it shouldn't be consumed.
Well, there's different types of expiration dates, and we feel that the food industry is manipulating a lot of those expiration dates. The use-by date specifically is there for safety reasons on the food, whereas best before days are there to do with the quality. And people shouldn't be thrown away because a food has gone past its best before. They should be more concerned with food that's gone past its use-by date.
So definitely best before, that date on a packaging for food, that's fine, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, we just go with the flow, and we just try to use our own senses and use our own instinct. If we think that food is safe to eat by using, the smell, touch, taste, etc., then we'll consume it. So far, we've fed nearly 500,000 people around the world with this food that supposedly isn't fit for human consumption. And to this day, nobody's ever been sick from the food that we've fed them. We're in 7 different countries and have around 126 cafes worldwide. So we know that we can handle this food safely. We tend to just ignore expiration dates, to be honest with you, and we tend to go with our senses. And a lot of the general public are now coming to us and saying that they're also doing the same thing now because they believe that some of them are just completely redundant.
See, I'd wish you'd speak to my children, because I'm always saying that if it doesn't smell as if it's gone off and it looks fine, and you give it a little taste, then it's absolutely fine. But they won't have it. They won't eat anything after those days.
Just tell them. Just say to them, if it's growing legs and walking off your plate, then don't eat it. Other than that,
maybe you're fine. But how does your sort of business model work? Because people pay what they think that the goods are worth, don't they? How does that work?
That's right. Well, we believe in human beings, that they tend to want to give. I think right now, especially in this country, there's a lot of things being taken away from people, and we decided to put our faith back in humankind. You can pay with money, time, skills. You can walk out the door and not pay anything if you can't or you don't want to. So we give it back up to the choice back up to the consumer. And at the end of the day, this is just a storage unit, and the general public come here at their own risk. They take food at their own risk, and they can give anything back in return. And if they wish to support us financially, they can do. If they want to give us their time, they can do. Otherwise, we just leave it up to them to decide whatever they feel that the food is valued at in return. And I think the biggest problem for us is that there's a relationship between food and people right now is completely redundant in regards to the fact that a lot of people don't understand where their food comes from, what happens to it, etc. They just go to a supermarket and they see something 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it's a completely unsustainable food system that we're a part of. So we try to educate people and say, look, do you know where this food come from? Do you know how we get hold of it? Do you know what it's valued at? Do you need to take this much of it because you can come back tomorrow and get something else, etc. So there's a huge education really in regards to solving some of these global food waste issues that we try to tackle.
But are you genuinely saying that if people come along on a regular basis and fill their bags up and walk out without donating or giving anything at all, you're absolutely fine with that?
Every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're just facilitators of this food. We're just facilitators of it. It didn't cost us anything.
If they're all watching this
Well, the thing is, no, but you say this, but this is what people said to me, like people just, take advantage of us because they'll just come take all the food and not give anything. People don't do that. People tend to want to give back in return. People feel bad for taking. People don't have anything and they still want to give something in return, so they might want to give their time, they might want to give their skills, they might want to dance, sing. We've got children here right now. They can give anything back in return. Some of them help sweep the floors, some of them help stack the shelves. It's just about building a community and getting people to feed back into something that they feel responsible for and a part of. And every single person that walks through our doors is helping us abolish some of the global issues around food waste. So I truly believe that human beings want to give. But yes, there are some people that do take advantage, but there are also some people that don't. So it's a fine balance.
It's such a wonderful concept. I really do applaud you, and you're growing it as well. I was reading about the Fuel for School. Just tell us quickly how that's going to work.
Fuel for School is Fuel for School basically is that we felt that we couldn't tackle supermarkets because if they want to stop food waste, they could do it tomorrow, and they literally do not care. And so we decided that we would just educate the next generation completely. So about a year ago, we set up Fuel for School. We divert food into schools and deliver an education package across Leeds. We're about to launch in Bradford at the end of this month, and we feed at the moment around 12,000 children, roughly around 4 tonnes of food a week that would have gone to landfill, and that includes fruit and vegetables, etc. And the schools get to have a market stall. And the parents, teachers and children get to come together and we educate them, and they get to have page field donations which the school keeps, and that's growing exponentially now. We've now got it in Sheffield and we're now about to launch it hopefully this year in America and across Europe hopefully. So Jamie Oliver said that every single school should have Fuel for School in it, so if he says it then he's obviously right, isn't he?
Adam, thank you very much for speaking to us. It's been a pleasure. I really do applaud you. You're doing a great work. Good to speak to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Take care, bye-bye.